Hey sir, how you doing?
I'm doing lovely. Can you see me okay?
Yes sir.
Are you muting your audio? I mean, your video?
Yeah, I am. Just dude, my kid's in the background, so
Ah, fatherhood. What a joy that is.
oh yeah, it's not too bad. I really enjoy it.
How old is your son or daughter?
She is almost 11 months old.
Oh, that's a wonderful age. Did
Getting
she
close
have
to
you
that.
wrapped around her finger?
Oh yeah, yeah, clearly. It's definitely something that she made sure of that was gonna happen soon.
I have two daughters. I understand that. Okay, believe me. Enjoy it while you can, till, and then when they become teenagers, that's a different story altogether. But we're not here to talk about fatherhood. As much about what do you want to do next?
All right, so as I'm active duty right now in the Navy.
Yeah,
Are you familiar with the DoD Skill Bridge program?
very much so.
Okay, so I'm trying to get into that right now. So I literally just got done with my last capstone meeting for the transition. So
Okay, so let
I
me
have
ask
every,
you a couple questions because
okay.
I'll come to the point because I know you've got a little 11-month. Are you by yourself or is the wife out and about?
She's here. She took took her out of the room. So
Okay, so question one. When's your separation date?
my actual separation date would be November 1st, 2021.
Okay, so you got some time. Okay. When do you want to do your skill bridge?
March 5th of 2021.
And why did you pick March 5th? Is that through hiring our heroes or what?
That's just that's 180 days out, or
Okay.
actually May 9th is 180 days out. With I'll have 60 days of terminal leave to stack on top of that.
Yeah.
So that's why March 5th.
Okay. That makes sense. So you want to be okay. So you want to talk to people about your about hiring you as an intern for the skill bridge program, right?
Correct. And then, hopefully, I mean, I guess there's an intent to hire after that. I'm not sure if they have to
Yeah, well,
provide that.
that's the beauty of it. Okay, you get to go work for a civilian organization. You see if you like it, right?
Right.
And lots of times people like what they're doing. They stay with that company, right?
Right.
Um, yeah, that I understand that. So, do you know a little bit about me? Other than I'm a friend of your shipmate up in Norfolk.
No, sir. I actually haven't even had time to like, scope you
Okay,
out through.
so I wrote a book called LinkedIn for Military,
Okay.
and you're a classic case of like you've got a part of the when that's not expressed in your profile, and you got a part of the where. So, first question: do you want to stay in Georgia?
Yes.
Want to stay in Georgia? Want to stay in Atlanta, or do you want to stay out there?
Um, Preferably, I mean, so I'm from Carrollton, Georgia. It's about 45 minutes, 50 minutes from Metro Atlanta.
I
Um,
I got a daughter that works in Atlanta, so yeah, okay. You're
yeah.
speaking my language.
So like I want to stay around there. I mean, I'm okay with driving 45 minutes to work if I have to. Um,
Okay, but you want to go back to Marietta, which is where Fort Stewart's at.
well, yeah, Fort Stewart's there. I don't have to work on base. The reason why I said Marietta, Georgia, is because Lockheed Martin is there. Um,
Okay,
and I got in touch with a few recruiters and as well as the overall manager for the east side of the United States. And I applied for an internship there that they had on their job career page, but he came
yeah,
back and said that wasn't for, I guess, me. He said I was more qualified for it than um, basically like if he was talking to like a college student. He said that's more for like college students. So I was like, okay, so.
so
Um,
you're finishing college, right?
Yeah, I do have some college. So I have enough credits to have an associate's degree. I just go to Western Governors and they don't actually issue out associates. So I mean
Yeah,
I got probably about 20 to 24 more credits to go until a bachelor's degree.
and what's that going to be in?
It's gonna be in network operations and security.
Okay, and you guys, I've looked at your profile. You got all those lovely additional things like the CompTIA. You've got
Right.
all those certain. Okay, that's great. Um, Okay. I'm gonna do this first. I have a slide. I always have slides. I hope you don't mind slides.
Nah.
But
That's
I'm
fine.
like, okay. I'm gonna hit the share screen. Okay, can you see my screen now?
Sure can.
With Tim Duncan?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm a big Tim Duncan fan. And what I like about Tim Duncan was his game was always about the fundamentals. So I'm all about the fundamentals of LinkedIn. And a lot of people that, well, they say they really know LinkedIn, but they really don't. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I will never ever call myself one of those experts. Although I have written a book and I've helped a few people, I never want to come across as that. I'm like Tim Duncan, you know. I'm going to show you how to play the game in such a way that you'll go, oh yeah, that's right. I hadn't thought of that. They're not going to teach me that in at TAP, okay?
Okay.
All right. So, and by the way, I spent 2 years in my Air Force career working on a Navy base or
Oh
working.
yeah.
Oh yeah, over in with the late Admiral Mike Borda,
Hmm. Where was that at?
Naples.
Naples.
Yeah. Anyway, so I just want to talk about your LinkedIn purpose is you want to find mentors right now because they're the guys going to help you find hidden jobs, right?
Right.
You want to do a little networking, even though there are no longer these big networking events, right? Still possible. You want to do some research on possible jobs and companies. And you've got this in spades. You got that professional status. It's really obvious on part of your profile. And of course, the number one reason why people in the military get on LinkedIn is when they get out, they want to find an opportunity or job, right?
Right.
Okay. So I haven't really looked at your profile, but let's just skip to this. You're familiar with the idea of a newspaper back in the day when you were a kid? Somebody would buy a newspaper and put 75 cents in the hope that they would get a paper.
Right.
So your LinkedIn profile is like that above the fold. You've got a headline, you've got an about section, and you've got a photo. Okay, we're going to just cover this today, okay?
Okay.
So photo, headline, the about section, right?
Okay.
So I'm looking at your photo. I have some thoughts, but let me just give you some this and then we'll get to your photo. Okay, number one.
Okay.
You don't have this, which is good. All right. My friend Abel, who I met through Veterati, had the gray balloon. And he went out and took a picture like this. And I wanted you to look at this picture because I think you need to update your picture. Okay.
Okay.
And he was hired.
Yeah, I'm actually we're waiting for my wife to get home. We're actually gonna change my picture because I don't know if you saw my resume or not. I don't know if it was attached. I'm not sure what I had gave you, but my resume.
Let me help you understand something. Well, I would be glad to work with you on resume. There's people that run circles around me, and I'll point you out to those people in the right direction, but that ain't me. But
Yeah.
your picture looked like something when you were on shore leave or something, right?
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, you have a couple more stripes, I would think, too.
Oh yeah, I have a lot more now.
Okay, so I want you to think about that. I want to avoid a low resolution photo like this. Obviously, I don't want something that would be perfect for a Facebook page. And we only have one person in the picture, right?
Okay.
So these are the elements, right?
Okay.
Okay, so I look at your picture. There's another guy in the picture right there, I think, and you're on you got that cap, Cracker Jack hat look, which I have a good friend of mine who's a retired Navy guy, and he had a picture like that. But we need to redo that photo, okay?
All right.
Just a headshot, right?
Okay.
Let's go back to that. So, come on. Headshot, just that, professional dress. You're going into IT and all that, probably a collared shirt and a jacket, maybe, a neutral background.
Okay.
Okay. Let's move on to the next part of your profile. Okay, we've done that. So LinkedIn has a lot of headlines that people don't know about, right? LinkedIn profile headlines can share your expertise, right? Like this guy, you can tell what he does, right?
Not really.
He's in cybersecurity. So those guys are talking about their expertise. Some people can also use it to define their goals.
Okay.
And here are the 3 elements of great headline: name and title, headline, banner photo. We'll look at that in just a sec, okay? And then, in fact, let's stop right now. Let's look. Okay. You've got a headline here, right?
Right.
You've got a title, but you don't have you've got more of a title, but not really a longer headline. So let me go back to this, okay? So to make it different, by the way, what is your middle initial? Is your you go by your middle name, right?
Yes, I do.
So what is your first name?
William.
So do you go by William or you go by W?
I just go by Austin.
I would look at a way to put an additional initial there,
Okay.
just to differentiate yourself from all the other Austin Daniels in the world.
Okay.
I'm sure if I did the search on Google, I'd find a lot of Austin Daniels, right?
Right.
A lot of W Austin Daniels. See, if you look at my profile, it's D. Matt Scherer, which
Okay.
is a wonderful thing because I can always tell my friends because they'll write, "Dear Matt." So I see your headline, which I'm going to get to in a second, but you don't have a call to action, okay? And I'll help you with that in just a second if you'll let me continue, okay?
Okay.
So, and when we do the changes we're going to make on your profile, I want you to put a comma after your first name.
Yes.
That's because it helps with the coding for the mobile side of this. Okay, so you're driving down, what's the I-95, I-75, I-85, and you see a blank billboard or one that's crowded, and you want to know what somebody's saying. Imagine if you had a profile like this with a banner head like that. So you have that nice generic LinkedIn lime green headline banner that they've just created. I think we can do better. What do you think?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So here's how you do that, right? You set it up with those specs right there. And I'll send you the slide deck after we're finished, okay?
Okay.
And you got to set up with this grid. And the reason why you want to do that is, see that red part of the grid?
Yes.
That's the part where your picture goes in the mobile side of your profile. So here's my friend Don Gleason, good guy. I work with him a lot. All right, Don has it looking really good on the desktop, but he didn't take in the impact of the mobile, and that's what it looks like. You see how it's all mucked up, right?
Right.
That's why we want to use the grid, which I'll share with you, okay? My friend Dan Sommer, same thing, has a nice looking profile, but then when you throw that on there, it gets blocked, okay?
Okay.
So let's review your headline just a second, okay? Let's do this. Yeah. Okay. I've seen this movie picture. I've seen this profile a lot. You're from Georgia, right?
Yeah. Yes.
You like to go fishing as a kid?
All the time.
Okay, so you know your about section is like that fishing bobber, right? With a little worm on there, is a shrimp that you
Right.
use. Shrimp? Shrimp or worms or minnows?
Just shrimp.
Okay. Out in the ocean or in
Shrimp is just more of the ocean.
okay, so you're out fishing on the ocean, you lay out your bait hoping that you catch a good sized fish, right?
Right.
So this is the about section. Your profile looks like that. I've seen that. I've seen this. Like, yeah. And what happened was when you first created your LinkedIn profile, LinkedIn took over for you and created this or something like this. But there really is a need to write in the first person, okay? You want to have an ongoing conversation with people that may visit your profile,
Right.
okay? So there's the conversational first person approach right there. And here are the 4 steps that I want you to think about. And I'll help you with it, okay?
Okay.
That's your short mission statement. What's your goal? I know what your goal is. You're looking for an internship through SkillBridge. What's your call to action? By the way, you want to add a contact number or email on this because when people visit on LinkedIn, it used to be you could find your information, the profile information on your contact section, but they hid that on the bottom of the LinkedIn mobile settings.
All right.
Isn't that special?
Yeah.
And then we want to put your key skills, okay? So that's pretty much what I wanted to talk to you about. Okay, so I'm going to be kind of the proactive, here's what I think, and you can do whatever you want. Hang on a second. I'll take this to my doctor. This is Matt Scherer. That was my doctor. They just copied my doctor's phone number, 1 digit off, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's what I want you to think about, all right? I see aspiring DevOps engineer, right?
Correct.
Network engineer, DevOps engineer. Of those 2, what's the most important one for you?
Definitely being a network engineer. DevOps they're slowly taking over the realm of being a network engineer.
Okay, so here's what I would like you to think about. When you get this, when you get a chance, go to your LinkedIn profile, hit the edit button. You know how to do that, right?
Okay.
All right, for your first name, put W. Austin Daniel, right?
Okay.
For your last name, let's put aspiring engineer, right? For the bigger head, seeking information about SkillBridge programs, DOD. 2021 or 2022?
2021.
Okay. For spring 2021. With me so far?
Yes.
Okay. Now I'm going to break up this little thing here, and I'm going to say this. Recognize 7-year cross project. You've been working on cross-platform IT systems in highly sensitive areas throughout the U.S. and also overseas. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. So what if we did something like this without getting into all that? Okay. For the last 7 years, I have been working in a okay. First part of your mission statement, as a supervisor, I have been recognized being aggressive deadlines. And you don't capitalize systems administration, although they would like you to believe that. I used to teach and network.
Just a sec. You'll need to unlock your iPhone first.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's make sure you spell that right. this. So now that'd be your second sentence. You see what I've done there? I've kind of talked about your mission.
Right.
Isn't that better than what you have now?
Yeah.
Okay. My goal is to identify a DoD skill bridge position. Allow me to serve in a 6 months. Is that right?
Yeah, 6 months.
6-month internship somewhere near Marietta or even Atlanta. Okay. Might be more opportunities in Atlanta than would be in Marietta.
Yeah, anywhere in that's why I said Metro Atlanta, Georgia area,
Yeah,
because that'll cover like a
Trust me, that's a big. Well, it's like San Antonio. It's a big ass town. Okay.
oh yeah
So there's your goals. You see your goal there?
yeah.
All right, now, if you can, if you can advise me on possible positions, please contact me. Do you look at your LinkedIn much?
I looked at it every single day.
Okay, so people can reach out to you on LinkedIn messaging then. Yeah. Some of my older friends, not so much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear you. It's a good thing
Right.
about being tech savvy, I guess. But
I get that. Now, let's talk about some key skills. You have top secret clearance?
I do
Top secret.
with a counterintelligence polygraph.
Just put top. They can answer those questions, okay?
Okay.
Network ops. Um,
Also mess with virtualization infrastructure.
so what I want you to do here, I know what that is. I want you to put words like that will like people be looking for guys like you, right?
Right.
And there's probably, I can think of lots of other things out there, okay? But this is what I would do there, okay? Now,
Okay.
again here, I want you to write, this is not bad. Maybe somebody gave you my book, I'm not sure. But I see where you've kind of, there's some people I know that believe in my way of doing, which you've kind of gotten that experience section. But
Right.
here you went back to your resume speak, right?
Yep.
I oversaw, I supervised 27 people while conducting maintenance administration with shipboard system that input, something like that. That's what I would recommend, sir.
Okay.
Any questions?
No, sir.
Sir, hey, I wore them on the sleeve like you did, okay? I'm retired Air Force NCO.
Hey, it's just the southern hospitality.
Get that. I do. So, helpful?
Yeah, extremely helpful.
What are you going to do once you get your profile? Are you going to start writing some connection notes to people and asking for advice on having a virtual cup of coffee? Because you got some serious skills, my friend.
Yeah, I mean, I just use the military as basically a foundation, and
Yeah,
I mean, you could. I took this as definitely something I took to my heart. My dad said from the time you're 20 or actually the time you graduate high school at 18 till the time you're 26-year-old is basically going to determine how you live the rest of your life, right?
Yeah. So you went in the Navy.
Yeah, so I went in the Navy to better myself, and I took advantage of everything that they offer,
Okay.
So,
Well, let me ask you this. I have a friend who will send you a free copy of the book.
okay.
as long as you don't. And the guy is a real expert on TSP. Your retirement stuff.
Right.
So he'll send that with you with the hopes that you can get an appointment to talk to you about that.
Okay, awesome.
So you got to do this. You got to send me an address and a phone number so that he can do that.
Okay. Just you ready for it?
No, I'm going to ask you to message me back.
Okay, awesome.
Ball's in your court there, shipmate.
I hear you.
See, I spent 2 years with the Navy. If you get a chance, look up Jeremy Borda. He was the chief of naval operations that committed suicide.
Okay.
Good
I'll
guy. I could tell you some Borda stories there. Well, I'll tell you one. Okay, so I got there as an E6. I went and said, so how am I going to get my award presented to me? Because in the Air Force, they do that, right? Have commander's call, but in NATO, they don't have a commander's call. So I went to the Navy yeoman that worked for board and said, so how do I get on it? How would you suggest I do this? He says, well, the Admiral would love to give you your award. Oh, really? Okay. So I did that. And then, of course, one of my other Air Force compadres said, you're doing what? I said, yeah, I got that. I'm sure he'd be glad to add you too. And so the Admiral presented his award because he outranked me and my award. Our families were there, took a picture, blah, blah, blah. 3 months later, I'm at the Christmas party. Admiral Borda walks in. He goes to my kids and talks to them, addresses them by their first name. Now, of course, I had to give a short little bio about my family, right? But the fact that he remembered 3 months later their names freaking amazed me.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was an amazing guy.
Yeah, it's crazy that some of the best people in the world unfortunately turned to that suicide.
Anyway, if you have, do you guys ever do like a lunch and learn kind of thing?
Sometimes we do. I mean, usually we do our training at work anywhere from 12 to 1300. So I mean, technically that does fall in our lunch category. It's all broken up right now because this whole COVID thing. So
If any time you want me to come and talk to 5 or 6 guys,
yeah,
happy to do that.
yeah, I can easily turn that up to my direct boss, and he's all about training, and so is my chief. So I'm definitely can set you up with that.
Are you a second class?
Yeah, I am a second class. I'm the work center supervisor.
I looked at the profile. I said, yeah, he's a second class.
Yeah, I've been the work center supervisor since I was a third class, just due to the amount of knowledge that I have with networks and stuff. So,
Yeah.
and then I came here and they immediately put me as work center supervisor. So,
How do you like working in a purple environment?
what do you mean by that?
Well, you're in a there are all sorts of people. You get all ranks, all military ranks, services there, right?
Oh yeah. There's
That's
everybody here.
That's what in my world. That's a purple environment, right?
Okay.
That's like when I was in Naples with Borda and those guys. I had a lot. That's how I learned the word shipmate, right? Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
see, yeah. You're in an environment where there's all sorts of military guys.
yeah.
I'm only guessing that. I'm just calling.
Yeah. You're correct. Yeah. I mean, there's all branches here, even Coast Guards here. There's foreign nations here, and there's a lot of civilians. And it's good to pick everybody's brain and definitely learn because everyone does everything different. So I enjoy it a lot.
Well, let's stay in touch, okay?
Yeah, for sure. Thank you so much. I'll definitely I'll update all that stuff.
Let me do this one more before I forget. Sometimes I forget. Let's see here. Where are you? Give me 1 second, please.
You're good.
I'm working on a new book right now.
Oh yeah?
For people in high school and college. Are you thinking about going back to college?
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna finish my degree. I just had to take a little stop, because my daughter, as she was growing up, she had some difficult stuff happen as far as like stomach issues.
Yeah.
But I'm about to go back at the starting of the year, finish my bachelor's degree. I plan on getting a master's degree. So.
Okay, hang on a second.
Even though IT work is really trade, but.
No, but you need to learn how to manage people. That's
Yeah.
important, right?
Yeah, I've been reading there's a leadership book that my first class gave me. I have to go get the name of it though. I've read like probably like 30 pages of it.
Okay, so what I've done here, I'm sending you via LinkedIn
Okay.
the slide deck, which will have the grid. So, you know, I would be looking for something, once you look at that, then I'd be looking at something that speaks IT communications. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I can easily get that. No worries on that one.
Oh, there's zillions of things out there in the Divots Hub world.
Yeah. I'll probably just make my own with through Adobe, make it original.
Yeah,
So
just look at the specs. Make sure you understand that corner's got to be held off for your mobile settings on your LinkedIn profile.
okay, awesome. Yeah, I'll definitely make sure I get that done.
Well, it's been nice talking to you.
You too, sir. I really appreciate it, and for you to take your time and reach out to me and help me out with that.
Says a lot about you that when I did that, you reached back real quickly and then you took advantage of the opportunity to work with me today. So thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you
Can
so
I
much.
ask you one more thing? And let me
Yes.
say, I record a lot of these sessions. I would like to record this session and keep it for some people I'm working with on a possible grant.
Yeah, that's completely
Because,
fine with me.
no offense, say it again. You have no problem with that?
Yeah, I have no problem with that.
The reason why is there's a lot of people that, well, it's a real simple process. Of course, I've been doing it for 10 years, helped 1,000 people or get thousands, according a conservative estimate, through talks and books, but I want to do more. And so I'm having a couple of conversations with some VA Department of Labor types and say, hey, this is what it looks like. This is what's wrong with everything that's currently in the current TAP program. So you've been through that, right?
Yeah, I just finished my last class today, actually.
Yeah.
And they went over what they call the MOA crosswalk, the financial advisor. That's what I finished today. Then I just turn that certification in and I get my capstone, and then I'm done. There was some good advice in there, a lot of stuff that I already knew.
Did they talk about LinkedIn?
No, not one time.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, sir. Well, listen, it's a pleasure talking to you.
You too, sir.